stuff, and like it's weird to see people in military fatigues, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But knowing like there's like a huge operation going on, you're just like, okay, this is semi-serious. We weren't ever near a military base or anything like that, so. Yeah. So yeah, we got in.
And then you asked him about, hey, did you hear about Battlestar?
It's like, what do you guys think of John Walker?
He's a bitch.
I just want to punch his. Did you know? He's Kurt Russell's son?
Yes, I can tell by his face.
I saw a resemblance, but I didn't think that it was like biologically related. And I'm like, oh, someone told me that. I'm like, are you serious? And like, yeah, can't you see it? I'm like, well, now I can. Like, I didn't make note of it, obviously.
Can't you see?
Can't you see? Can't you see? Oh, man.
Check out my old iPhone. Look how small this thing is, bro. You can't even see it. This is an iPhone SE. I can't believe I had this phone for 2 years.
I still have my 4S. Which is the small
slightly
one?
wider, I think.
Yeah, it's wider, longer, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. I still have
girthier.
That. Yeah, got a lot of girth. I still have that. I still have the 6S Plus, whatever you want to call that.
God, 6S Plus.
Yeah, the big, I mean, it's not as big as the one I have now, but.
Brought to you by the brick.
I know. I remember people were like, golly, like, how are people going to hold that? Like, how are people going to text on that thing? And, life finds a way.
Okay, he didn't stutter that much.
No, he didn't.
Went like life finds a way.
I love Jeff Goldblum, man. Like,
have you seen his show?
Oh yeah,
on, Disney Plus.
Yes.
Amazing.
I've
amazing.
I've watched the ice cream episode like 4 times.
Oh, me too. And it's so true. It does bring back to your youth, like of the good times when we were at Brahms.
Yeah.
All those times, remember?
Oh yeah.
It's so freaking true.
Well, and like it just makes you want to go get a old style. Not a waffle cone, like I'm talking about like those cookie cake cones or whatever.
Yeah. Where at the top they're like glazed already pre-glazed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good times.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about ice cream for the rest of the show.
So what's your favorite ice cream? I like Rocky Road. No, I haven't gotten... Well, I was going to say, I haven't gotten a thing of ice cream in a while. I polished off a half gallon of coffee not too long ago.
I like mint.
Yes, mint chocolate chip is definitely on the Mount Rushmore.
Remember Dots at Town East Mall?
Yes.
Good times.
You could buy them for what, $0.25, like a shot,
like a little tiny shot that you could put ketchup in at Burger King, like that size,
Yeah.
Remember at Burger King you have to get your own ketchup.
Well, and that's genius, like business marketing, because it's like what, 2 cents to them or whatever, and all you need is for someone to like take, and then they sell you like, a cup for $4.
Mm-hmm.
Which it might be if like you took those little shot glasses or ketchup cups, let's call them, and put them all together.
Yes.
You'd probably get 5 in that big cup that they sell you for $4. So they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
My voice
the cost was really keeping it refrigerated, or frozen rather.
My voice might go in and out, so just prepare yourself. You may have
I have nothing written.
You may have to talk a lot more.
I'm really excited, though. I'm really excited about our game show tonight.
Game show.
Excited.
Okay, cool. Well, let's get this.
Well, not game show. It's our, as usual at the end. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice. Yeah, let's get this party started. Ready? In 5. Hey everyone, this is the Movie Broview, where two brothers give their review and their takes on movies and all the like of today, yesterday, and tomorrow. I'm one of your hosts, Charlie. My handle's Charzar81. You can find me at Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. And I got my brother, Josh. He is the Joshizzle2323. You can find him at Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, or on the street. Probably buying some dots or, sharing an ice cream cone or two with his bro. How's it going, brother?
Man, I haven't seen a dot stand since the zoo, but I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Now that we just talked about dots, I just want to try some dots. I think I had, going back to the dots conversation.
Mint for me.
Yeah, it's probably the mint chocolate. I can't remember. I think they had a banana split one or a strawberry. There was a strawberry. There was a strawberry banana one. I remember that.
I can tell you exactly where it was, by the way. Second floor, right next to Suncoast.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh, Suncoast. How much money did I spend
Rest in
there?
peace.
Oh, I know, right?
Rest in
That
peace.
that is one institution that.
And what was across from it, Cheeto?
Electronics Boutique.
Sam Goody.
Well, it was Electronics Boutique first or after?
After.
Okay.
After.
So, yeah.
But then Electronics Boutique went downstairs and they made a GameStop upstairs. But who knows how that place looks now? We haven't been there in decades.
We have not been there in decades, and boy, I think I want to say they finally closed the final Sears not too long ago there. Obviously Sears.
Oh, there, yes.
Yes,
yes,
Sears
absolutely.
Roebuck went under or whatever. I've driven by it I think in the last 6 months, and it's kind of surreal to see everything's changed. There's now a Genghis Grill where there used to be a Barnes and Noble in that area.
Right.
Spaghetti Warehouse is still there, I think. The Q, remember that?
Yep, it was. It's 24-hour fitness, and I think it closed down. All right.
I think it's now an outdoor and sports store, kind of like a Cabela's
Really?
or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, really?
We could delve on yesteryear. Today's title of our show, it's going to be the Falcon and Winter Soldier review part 1. We're going to be reviewing episodes 1 through 3 because 4 is coming out pretty shortly. But we wanted to put our take on these first 3 episodes. I know that you were really, really stoked about this series, especially after, your slight letdown of WandaVision. That's fine.
Slight.
Yeah, again, slight. Again, everyone has a list. Everyone has their own quote-unquote personal dark world. It happens. Every list has to have a Cars 2. That just happens. But
gosh.
hey, it is what it is.
So true.
There's always a last place, but you know what? I would take a Cars 2 over, a lot of
Home Alone
movies out
4.
there. So, oh god, Home Alone 4. Was that the one with French Stewart, or was that 3?
Yes,
Okay.
from Harry from Third Rock from the Sun.
Yes. Oh my gosh, we are going a lot of places. Before we dive into the topic, though, wow, we are all over the place. Yes, did you see? This is our little segment that we're gonna put in just kind of before we kick things off. Obviously, Black Widow, the new Black Widow trailer, probably the final one now. Well, I don't know. They've got enough time to squeeze one more in.
Final.
Oh,
they
did
did say that's the final trailer.
Okay,
yes.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I'm glad. It was supposed to come out in May, which got extended now to after July 4th, so it's gonna be July 9th. What do you think of it?
Of the Black Widow trailer?
Yeah.
It's great. I'm just ready to see it, to be honest. I want to see how her pre-Avengers family, will go about. And I'm really curious who Taskmaster is. I've got a feeling I know who it is, but I'm gonna be kind of sad if it is that person, because I don't know. I guess I spoil myself by watching too much YouTube.
Yeah.
Don't do that, folks. If you really just want to just watch the movie, don't watch so much theory crap, because then it winds up being true, and then you're like, dang it, it ruined it for me. But I still enjoy whatever I can. So.
Yeah, if you watch anything on YouTube, watch the Movie Broview. like and subscribe to us, man. We're going to start putting out more videos weekly. Yeah, do that. You know,
we'll talk about it after.
We'll talk about afterward. Yeah, I know. Depending on our love for it, you know, Godzilla versus Kong, we may talk about it almost instantaneously. But usually we're not going to try to say,
we need Kong.
Okay. Hey, you know what? Let them fight. So yeah, Black Widow. Yeah, I liked it too. I do have this lingering fear that because it is so far removed from where it was initially intended, there's going to be this weird, you know, missing link.
Connection.
No, not Bigfoot, but you know, because it seemed like all the Marvel movies, they seem to biologically just like feed into each other, whether it be through the storyline or through the characters and such. And I know that this is a prequel of sorts. We don't know. We could speculate as to where it could possibly go in this movie, but
could be a different timeline in Loki. Who knows?
Yeah. Speaking of Loki, speaking of this man right here, what did you? Okay, you start off with Black Widow. Let me start off with Loki. I am really stoked to see this medium. I don't know very much about the TVA, the Time Variance Authority. I'm looking very much forward to seeing Owen Wilson in the MCU. He is, you know,
wow.
Yes,
wow.
We have. I really wish I had a wow button right now because I would constantly play that over and over again.
Let me hold my wow. I just hold my nose, you know.
No, I'm glad to see him in the MCU. Seeing, obviously, you know, there's speculation as to Loki's effects on the time stream. There are shots in the trailer. You kind of see this like line, and it's kind of branching off into different paths. And, you know, a lot of people are saying that that's the time stream that's being affected by Loki jumping all over the place, or maybe not Loki. Maybe we're talking about the Avengers themselves, that because they did their meddling and Cap didn't exactly, you know, dot all the I's and cross all the T's like he said.
And the
he was going
explained it. The ancient one explained it to the Hulk too, so you can kind of get an idea there.
So Back to the Future is bullshit apparently. So
right,
I don't know
exactly.
They're feeding us a bunch of lies.
Time Force, Time Cop, Time After Time.
Oh boy,
Die Hard. Wait a minute, that's not one.
Stop. Put an explosion there. No. So, what do you think about this? I know you're more grounded into the big blow-em-ups. This looks very story-driven.
I'm gonna enjoy this because it's Loki. It's not with WandaVision. Just going back to it briefly, it's like
I'm gonna make you like WandaVision after all this.
No. Don't. I know what you're doing. I see what you're doing there. No, this is Loki. There's going to be a mixture of, you know, different fighting. There's some guns in there too. I kind of like it. You know what I mean? It's time travel. I love time travel. One of my favorite movies of all time series is Back to the Future. So I'm going to be interested to see how he closes all the branches, because as you can see in the scenes, it says vote for Loki or something like that somewhere, and then he's on an airplane randomly jumping out of it. Jumping through space-time continuum of something's going somewhere else. So I'm very excited about this. I'm curious how many episodes it's going to be, because we're going to talk about Falcon Winter Soldier. 8. That's what I keep seeing is a 8. I see that very repetitious numbers. 8.
Oh, it's 6, according to the Loki head writer. Yeah.
I wonder why they're doing that, or why they did that. Maybe they figured, WandaVision's 9 episodes. It wasn't that great. Maybe we should go with a shorter version of these shows and it'd be better. I don't know. Who knows?
Well, I mean, if it's longer, I kind of like that. Where, you know, WandaVision was based upon sitcoms that lasted, you know, 30 minutes, and you got in and you got out and you went to the next story.
Oh, okay.
Or you kind of continued on. Stuff like what we're going to review coming up, you know, definitely you have much larger action sequences. You kind of want to fill in the storyline without having to just jam pack everything in there. Even though I do have some arguments. Yeah, even though I have some arguments going into a couple of the parts of this series that we're going to discuss, but
arguments. Ooh.
Well, I mean, there's going to be gripes. Obviously, I'm not completely like, this is not the next Captain America Winter Soldier.
Greatest show of all time.
Okay,
no, I'm just kidding.
Calm down. Calm down. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so yeah, we're both looking forward to Loki. We're really, really excited about it. One final thing that I did want to mention, because we are a movie review channel, Beetlejuice movie premiered 33 years ago this week. I cannot believe it's that old. The quote, "We've come for your daughter, Chuck," has been mentioned to me on various occasions throughout my life, and it's just a good movie. I mean, it's got the Vulture in it.
Oh, come on. Batman.
And Batman.
The best Batman.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm Batman.
Yeah.
I think arguably he's the best Batman besides Kevin Conroy. Or as you would say, Jeff Conway.
Yeah, Jeff Conway. God, let's not go there. Anyway, let's get to the business at hand. R.I.P. Jeff Conway, wherever you're at. The Winter Falcon Soldier Man. Let's start with our review of Falcon Winter Soldier episodes 1 through 3. So, as I grab my mouse and try to toggle the correct items, there we go. We're just going to kind of hit the big stuff. This first episode, New World Hero, it follows right after Endgame, where Falcon gets the shield from Cap. It actually reflects on, that quote, or that famous conversation between the two, he's like, "It doesn't feel like me. It feels like somebody else's." And, old Cap is sitting there just saying, "No, it's yours, But he does something that I really didn't expect him to do, to be honest. And, hindsight 2020, now that I'm kind of seeing where it's rounding about going, I kind of like the way that they did that. But he retires the shield. There's a need for new heroes, Sam Wilson says at a press conference. I know that there was an action piece kind of sewn in the middle of this, but I just kind of want to go over the retirement of the shield to begin this part. Rhodey's at the press conference, just kind of looking at him okay, this is where this is going to go. Captain America was such a mainstay for American hope and dream, and he was the hero that everyone needed. He was the one that assembled the Avengers essentially in the final battle in Endgame.
Did he?
Well, his famous line, man.
He almost said it one time in another.
He almost said it one time. Yep, and at the end of
cut off the camera.
Yeah, at the end of Age of Ultron, it's cut. And I'm like, oh, come on. I think I even said that in the theater. But yeah, so
what?
He retires the shield. Did you like that? How'd you feel about that?
I was super surprised too, but I was just I can understand why he did it. It was out of respect.
Mm-hmm.
Because he doesn't feel like it's not like he doesn't feel like he can fill in his shoes. He feels like he shouldn't fill in his shoes. He felt like it was the right thing to do. But then, as we can see what happens later on, it's what? That's why this happened. This is what they've written the story out to do, and I'm really excited how this is going to turn out and pan out.
Totally.
But did you see Rhodey? He actually asked him, "Why'd you do it, man?" He pulls him aside as they're looking at the museum of Captain America's bike, and so I thought that was pretty cool. Did you see the original comic in the background of Captain America #1? I thought that was pretty cool. And you saw a little writing of the incidents of what happened back in Sokovia and what happened in Endgame and all that stuff. I thought that was pretty cool. You have to really zoom in and push pause and read it, but I use YouTube for that. But and then you saw these little emblems of Shield. You saw the emblems of even Hydra, of just the history. And it's just a good homage of what's taken place in the past in the MCU. I really like that. But yeah, he asked him, "Hey man, why'd you do it?" He just didn't. I don't think he just felt right about it. You know. So.
Did you say homage?
Yeah, whatever.
You mean homage? I'm sorry.
Homage,
I'm sorry.
Whatever.
You know I spoke French.
Yeah,
I know what you meant. But I know that you want to really, really like dissect the next part of this. We have the opening action piece. It is before all this, okay. But it's kind of like sandwiched in between. But
sure.
Because obviously it opens with the quiet, somber part, and then we get to the big action piece with.
You know what I thought though? You know what I thought happened? Uh-huh. He was going over all those things that Steve Rogers said to him. I thought that we were about to see his funeral. Because he's wearing black, I thought it was like, oh wow, they're burying him at the beginning of this.
That's interesting because obviously
because he's wearing all black.
Not to skip forward too much, they don't really mention where he's at. There was talk of like, oh, he's on the moon right now and he's got to do moon stuff and et cetera, et cetera. So, rewinding back though, obviously, MCU is about big action set pieces, and what a way to start off. Falcon Winter Soldier than showing what Falcon can ultimately do. He's a seasoned veteran now. Like, he's really, really come to his own, like, in being his own hero. You saw him in Endgame take down some big, bulking enemies, like huge dudes that were like 4 times his size with his wings. And, not only is he a great combatant, he's a great flyer. Oh my gosh, what he can do with that suit in regards to how he navigates in trying to rescue this captain that's being taken captive. It's crazy. The wings have got a new design, don't you think?
Yeah, in part of the scene later on, as he's like trying to get the captain because he's been taken by those goons or whatever. He's going in between like canyons or mountains or whatever, and it actually withstands the scratching of those walls of the rock. I thought that was pretty cool. It's very strong. I wonder if it's vibranium.
I was thinking the same exact thing. I was like, this has got to be vibranium, or maybe adamantium. I don't know.
We know it's they're supposed to actually introduce him in episode 4. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. Who knows? Who the frick knows? But we know it's Stark Tech, as we come to find out later on in a different scene, which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
But we find out, and we saw a character from Winter Soldier. The villain came back. Batroc, the Leaper.
George Batroc. Oh my gosh! Like, Cap pretty much wasted him pretty quickly. He held his own for like a couple of seconds against Cap. So I was like, okay, he's got something. And then it was interesting to see him again, and not to bury, what was it? Lead the cart ahead of the horse. I guess that's what the saying is. But he holds his own pretty well against Falcon here. I mean, it's again. The Falcon's wings amaze me at how he's able to shift and morph them to what he needs, like turn them into shields, turn them into blades. Obviously they're a form of armor for, obviously, when the guys like ambush him in the plane and, they start shooting at him, those things just repel bullets like, nobody's business.
Did you notice when they were fighting and they're both like, they're about, a couple feet from each other. You see Batroc, he does this, he pounds his chest.
Yeah.
Did you notice what Falcon did? He takes out his wings.
Oh, yeah.
As a way of, hey, try me. You know what I mean? I thought that was interesting.
It's a very alpha, like, I am the alpha here sign,
right.
It was really
King Kong
cool.
versus Rodan.
Yeah. It all goes back to Kong and Godzilla, I'm telling you.
We need Kong. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I'll give you a correct one for that. So, yeah, obviously, George Batroc, he holds his own. They take the captain and they fly him away in these those flying squirrel suits, which are redonkulous. I've seen way too many videos of guys just flying at like Mach 2, Mach 3 speeds, just, gliding feet from the mountainside. But what really, really blew my mind was the dogfight with the missiles and the helicopters.
Man, he straight up kills people. You see it?
Yeah, he kind of does, doesn't he?
Oh, you shoot this little mine on this. Shoot this mine. Oh, his Red Wing, dude. That was badass. But going back to the mine real quick, he just shoots a mine on that dang helicopter. Boom. The pilot's dead. The gunner's dead. But Red Wing, that is amazing. That's like that Stark technology. It's kind of like a Friday or a Jarvis. It just listens to him and boom, shoots the machine guns, lasers, opens up a door on the plane, takes down the blades of a helicopter. It's just I like that. That's pretty cool.
I've finally come around to the fact that Red Wing is a tool rather than an actual bird.
Bird, right? Like in the comics.
In the comics, he's a real Falcon.
A bird.
But it is. What were you gonna do? CG a bird over and over again, and this world is based upon the idea that like sorcerers and androids exist. Can we stretch it? Can we stretch it further by having a guy actually try to talk to a bird and convince the bird to do certain things or whatever? No. But yeah, so the dogfight was awesome. The idea, the way that he just spun through and around the rock face, got the missiles to follow him, and then basically hit their unintended targets. And the way he launched through the final helicopter to get the captain, and then of course George escapes again, but that's fine. We need villains to continue. I do like some finality with villains in this world, but you can't keep killing the good ones. You know what I mean? Not to say that George,
which are the good ones?
Yeah, not to say George Batroc is like a good one, but let's.
You like Whiplash?
Yeah, let's get to the idea that hey, we can't just murder every bad guy that they come across. Vulture is alive and he's out there, so we'll see. Mysterio, we still don't know. I don't know.
Ironmonger.
Ironmonger is very fried and died.
Oh, he did.
Oh yeah, he is very dead. But speaking of bad guys, so we have a new antagonistic group in this post-blip world. It's the Flag Smashers. When I initially saw that red hand, what was the officer's name? Who was touting around?
I want to say Jonathan Torres, but I know it's Torres.
Yeah, Torres.
He is the new Falcon in the current comics.
Yeah. He is Sam's eyes on the ground, to put reference to him in this universe, and he's scanning around everywhere, in this square, while they're just kind of he's Sam's dueling with Red Wing, and he sees this red hand, and at first I thought it was the hand, and I was like, oh wait, are you kidding me? Are you bringing the hand into this? But then they started introducing the Flag Smashers, and I was like, oh.
I thought it was a Brotherhood of Nod.
Oh my gosh, just no. You must be feeling good with all these little puns, sir.
Right, yeah.
It's fine. It's totally fine. Oh my gosh, but yeah, the Flag Smashers. They run amok. They're a rebel organization, based pretty much throughout Europe. They liked life before the blip. They preferred less people, I guess, and I guess they had some type of stake in ruling areas. And now that everyone is kind of back, or the other half of the people are back, they kind of got their stuff stepped upon by formal government and pre-blip organizations that have been ruling there for years, and so they don't like this. So yeah, one of them looks intense, which it dives into a little later. Flag Smashers, yay or nay?
Well, just as far as episode 1,
yeah.
Yeah, I think they're pretty damn serious.
Okay.
I think they're pretty dang serious.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not too. Here's the deal. To be honest with you, I'm not too familiar with the Flag Smashers. I had to look them up.
It is. They are very deep within
like in the comics. Are they really
comics.
Are they really really bad? Or are they just kind of side?
Like if you want to rank them, I mean, they are they're very pedestrian. I mean, they're like underhand. They're under aim. They're under
aim. Okay.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, they're a small terrorist group or whatever that lend themselves to obviously trying to take control of weak.
Are they under a group like Hammer Tech? Like under that category, like under that.
Yeah.
Way lower than that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, in my opinion, from what I remember and what I've read.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so we got the Flag Smashers, and the show is called Falcon Winter Soldier, and we finally get Winter Soldier. We see a little of Bucky's past as Winter Soldier is running amok, and you see one of his assassinations or whatever. And it fast forwards to the future with new Bucky, non-emo Bucky, clean-cut Bucky.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got the book, which later, it's referred to that, Captain America had a similar book too. But this is his atonement book. He's got a list of names that are all up in there that I guess he's trying to make amends for all his past evils, past sins that he's performed. The psychiatrist's session that he has, he's got these rules that he can't commit or whatever, and he can't hurt people, he can't do anything illegal, etc., etc. It was kind of a funny piece. It was really, really quick. Introduction to Bucky. He is tackling. So Sam Wilson is tackling a different type of evil or a different type of enemy than Bucky is. Bucky is tackling his past.
Inner evil.
His inner evils, definitely, because the Winter Soldier program basically wipes your brain and turns you into a mindless killing machine. And Bucky has to live with the fact that yes, that wasn't really him, but it was still his body and his hands that have blood just spilled all over them. And so he feels that he should be accredited of a little bit of this of those faults and of those errors in his past life. And so you see kind of his journey as to how he is trying to go through that. You see a little bit of that, but to close off episode 1 was the big one. We see a little bit of Sam's life, a little bit away from being Mr. Hero. He's down in Louisiana, obviously he has a boat, with his sister and stuff like that. You see a lot of his family stuff, so it humanizes Sam. They go to the bank, they get a loan.
Dang, that was episode 1? Wow.
Yeah, they go to the bank, they have a loan denied, all that stuff. Real life stuff, crazy stuff. Wow, superheroes can have a bank loan denied. That's crazy. But
I liked how he thought he was from. He was a football player from LSU.
Of course, because every African American big strapping black guy, must play football for LSU.
Did you play for LSU?
Yeah. So yeah, to close off episode 1, you had the huge reveal at the end. He's watching TV, Bucky's watching TV in his own apartment, and they're introducing a brand new Captain America. Those people who read the comics knew that this was kind of coming. Yeah, you see Captain America introduced by the federal government holding the shield. And boy, does he have a punchable face.
Jabroni-looking mother.
Oh my gosh. I'm looking up the actor's name right now.
Goof face. Brought to you by John Goofface.
I mean, and he's the son of oh my God,
son of a gun. Kurt Russell?
Kurt Russell, yeah. Why can't I find his name?
While
I look,
up,
why can't you say some stuff?
While you're looking it up, I was just going to go over the scene again with the psychiatrist. He actually breaks down the 3 rules.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly forgot the 3 rules because it's been a while since I watched episode 1. It's been 3 weeks. Actually, 2 weeks because I rewatched it the other day. But I like how they go over the 3 rules, and he's going over it. He says, what's the rule number 2 or number 3? No one gets hurt. He said, yeah, no one gets hurt. And then he punches the crap out of that guy with his metal arm. No one got hurt. Boom.
What the psychiatrist knows and what he tells her, that's up to them. So
I thought rule 3 was pretty interesting. How he has to say, "I'm Bucky Barnes. I am no longer the Winter Soldier. I'm." Something about getting, evening out the list or whatever. He explains that to the person he's getting caught, ex-Hydra people, etc. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And we find out in the first episode, too, he hangs out with that old Asian guy. I thought that was just an old war veteran that so happens to still be alive. But then we find out he's actually the father of one of the people he kills.
Yeah, at the very beginning.
Right, and then he's dating that chick or whatever in the bar, and I was like, this is interesting how they're going about this, but then she kind of ruins the day. Yeah, it's sad that he lost his son, that, blah, 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 and then it just kind of ruined the day. But he didn't know. She doesn't know that he killed that dude.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah. Ruh-roh.
But yeah,
I wonder if they'll bring that back. At the end of it, they'll go back and he'll end up, marrying her. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
I don't think
Probably
so.
not.
No, yeah, so John Walker is played by Wyatt Russell. Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn's kid.
Wyatt?
Wyatt, yeah. He's been in 22 Jump Street, apparently. Yeah.
Oh, oh, he is the other quarterback.
Yeah.
In 22 Jump Street.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow. How do I know that?
So yeah, that's episode 1. It closes off obviously with the big reveal of John Walker, the new Captain America. Episode 2, we start off again with John Walker. He's in the locker room. He's ready to go. I liked how corny and cheesy it was because I don't think the old Captain America
was this cheesy
would do this.
Mm-mm.
That's not to say that, remember, he did punch Hitler out 300 times. However,
punched 300 times, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
That was before, Steve Rogers knew that he was meant for greater things. Yeah, he goes up and basically says, good morning, America, because he's Captain America and was on Good Morning America.
He was on Good Morning America, exactly.
Yeah. And, he was at his old high school. They were having a pep rally for him. It's a whole bunch of pomp and circumstance to bring up this new Captain America that, I don't know, just for me, it still felt like they were trying to shove this shiny new
non-super soldier.
It's okay, think about it like this. Say you had one of your favorite toys, you had your your favorite Godzilla or whatever, and you're playing and it's old, but this is the one tried and true one that you've come to love and enjoy and everything like that. And all of a sudden, mom and dad come in and they give you a brand new, I'm trying to think of a Godzilla
like a fake
toy, and it's it looks like him, but it's you just know that's not Godzilla. I don't want that thing. Why are you giving that to me? And
I actually did get that.
And a day later, you go to the Family Dollar, and you see where they got that from, and you're like, oh, okay. They're just
that actually did happen, by the way, Chino. That actually did happen.
Well, and that's kind of how I felt about what they're doing with this new Captain America. That's just how I feel. I understand that they're trying to do it from this particular angle, so you kind of endear yourself to Sam Wilson. You're like, God, Sam, why didn't you keep that freaking shield, dude. Like, this jabroni's got it now, and, you know, like, him and Battlestar or whatever, like, are gonna go on, you know, adventures or whatever. And I don't know, just, I know that he's not, like, he keeps saying, like, he's not trying to replace Cap. You know, he's just being, he's being a good soldier. He's being an agent of the United States, which we
U.S.
know,
agent.
Yeah, you could say he's the U.S. agent. And that's what he's trying to do, and he's trying to be intimidating like Captain America, but it's just not coming off as, you know, like, it's just not coming off as, like, authentic, and it's just not the real thing. Obviously, you know, like, there's only going to be one Captain America so far. I did like they dropped this a couple of times in the show. It wasn't really big, but the fact that you know, when Bucky and Sam had finally met up, you know, Sam is professing like, "Oh my gosh, why did you give the shield away? Da 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 da. This is not what Steve wanted you to do. Blah 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 blah." And, you know, obviously Sam's like, "Dude, don't tell me how to run my life just because you found, you know, this is your finding Jesus moment, and you're, you know, trying to live your life part 2. You know, don't go there and tell me how to run mine." And he drops, you know, like, you know, we're all here trying to fight the big 3. And I'm like, what's the big three? Yeah, androids, aliens, and wizards. He's like, who are you gonna fight, Gandalf? He's like, how do you know Gandalf? And
I read the book.
You forget this book was, like, you know, written well before these movies were out. Yeah. So that was
1933.
That was funny. And then obviously, you know, they're talking about Doctor Strange. It's like, Doctor Strange, man, like, he's a sorcerer. Like, a sorcerer's just a wizard without a hat. So yeah, I mean, you start to see, like, just from that, like, comment, you kind of start to see this the chemistry between the two that you kind of saw in Infinity War. They've got this, you know, really cool back and forth, you know, kind of like a Lethal Weapon. With the Riggs and Murtaugh just going back and forth at each other.
Riggs.
Willie Riggs. But with these episodes, obviously, each episode is going to have their grandiose big fight. And in this one, it happened to be the big rig fight, the fight on the road. God, it seems like, man, like, I'm torn about having real life superheroes in our world, but because it seems like they do a lot of their fighting on the highways, and I find myself on highways a lot when I'm commuting to work, and I just get like you know, see, like, you know, the Hulk busting up the road. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna be late to work. What am I gonna tell my boss? Like, yep, the Hulk just busted up this bridge. There's no way I can get there. I'd love to say that, but yeah, they get on this fight in the big with the Flag Smashers, and lo and behold, they're not just a bunch of pushovers. Like, it's easy that they kind of took down a whole bunch of militants, and they took down Torres. You know, he's a military man, but, like, he literally was one man amongst many.
Beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, and that was in episode 1. In this one now, they're fighting, you know, full-blown superheroes. Like, you know, obviously Winter Soldier is no slouch, and we saw from the previous episode that Sam Wilson can definitely hold his own. But man, like, you're now coming to the realization that these aren't just, like, you know, rebels without a cause. These are actual, like, super soldiers, because they are ripping and tearing through our superheroes.
Sorry about that. Went down.
Where did you go? I just looked over.
It went down. It went down. It just froze. So.
Did you hear what I said?
It's fine. No. You were saying go ahead.
So yeah, they tear up through the superheroes or whatever, like, pretty good. Like, you know, Bucky is thrown off the side of the big rig. He's hanging on by dear life at the very, very bottom.
She kicked your ass.
Yeah. Even when they're fighting, they give each other shit, which is awesome.
And he's like, he's getting pissed.
Yeah, it's a good sign of, like, a good ragtag duo, you know, like, kind of like Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. So yeah,
or Owen Wilson.
you see them fighting, and all of a sudden, like I think one of them was about to deliver like the kill stroke to
Battlestar.
Bucky, and then Captain America drops in. Yeah, this is before they show up. Yeah, Captain America, John Walker drops in, and he's got some skills, man. Like, obviously earlier in the episode, you see like, some tape and some film with him throwing a shield and, showing off his athleticism. But, he is a soldier in his own right, and he actually goes to town a little bit on these super soldiers, throwing the shield. He's throwing the shield with reckless abandon, because he nearly clips Bucky right in the face. Bucky just grabs that thing in midair. He's like, "What are you doing with this thing? Like, you're just treating it like a play toy." Mm-hmm. And Battlestar, he jumps in the fray. There's a moment though where like there's this huge moment, at least to me, where there's this huge divide now that yes, he is Captain America, but he is not the Captain America. It's after Bucky and Sam get thrown off, and they, flip their way onto the field. They have a, comical moment together. And Battlestar, he gets down or whatever. Well, Captain America grabs for a pistol, which Steve Rogers never had to do that. Yes, during the fight with Red Skull, he did grab one of those rifles.
Not only that, did all throughout World War II.
He wasn't Captain America yet, though. Like, Captain America.
He was Captain Rogers.
Yeah, he was still Captain Rogers. But mostly, like, modern superhero Captain America, yes. I don't think he used any type of machine gun or any type of weapon other than his shield. But yeah, like, he grabs for that pistol, and he shoots that dude, like, I don't know if he died or whatever, but he took him down. And Battlestar, he got thrown off. Again, props to this new Captain America. He rescues him with a shield. But then Captain America gets thrown off. he puts a big old dent in that car. I'm telling you, man, I do not want to be driving in a world of superheroes. My car will get destroyed.
He lands on a dark slate 2008 Nissan Altima.
I love how did you have to look that up?
Nope. I saw it. I was like, oh, I know exactly what that is.
I know exactly how much horsepower that is. Let's see.
175.
That's the side of the battery. So,
yeah.
No, like, golly, and like, obviously, so not only did our heroes get wasted, the Nuvo heroes got taken out as well. And, they try to combine teams or whatever. And,
That conversation went south.
Yeah, Sam and Bucky do not want any part of this this faux Avengers. This
I don't blame
Avengers
them.
group.
I don't blame them.
You don't like the fact that they're not, they're not trying to team up against a common foe.
I don't blame them because they're both looking at his friend from the Captain America, the original one.
Yeah.
Steve Rogers. You're brought to you by Captain America, Steve Rogers, his old friend from World War II back in the day in the 40s, and his new found best friend from Winter Soldier, Age of Ultron, because they talked for a little bit there, and the new Avenger. They see him using the shield. That's not his. That's how they feel. You're not Captain America. You will never be Captain America.
Yeah.
And I agree with him. He will never be Captain America with his jabroni-looking smile, and I don't care how athletic you are. You're not a super soldier.
Is it the nose? I think it's the nose.
It's like smashed. Hey, how are you? Like Tony Romo. Like, oh,
hey, don't be bad.
Hey, I'm still a fan. I'm a fan. Here we go, Jim. But anyway.
So yeah.
Yeah.
They have, obviously, if you've seen the trailer for Falcon Winter Soldier, they have their fun comedic moment with the psychiatrist You know, these two are trying to, you know, find ways to work together. You know, Sam is trying to struggle just being a new hero in this new world, and Bucky is just trying to struggle at being a person in this new world. You know, he's still far removed from his own timeline, much less, like he said to the psychiatrist earlier, he's like, I've literally jumped from war into battle, and like I had one moment's peace when I was in Wakanda, and after that it seems like there's been another fight and another fight, and he wants peace, but obviously she kind of sees through his facade of like, nope, that's bullcrap, you don't want that, like you want something else but not like that. And so obviously the psychiatrist and you know, gets those two to kind of conform together. However, this is I'm kind of skipping a little part here. That was actually after they had visited Isaiah. So
Isaiah Bradley.
They're going through this town because they're trying to determine what is going on with these super soldiers. Like, how can there be, like, you know, anything as such? Well, you know, Winter Soldier's got, you know, years and decades of knowledge, and his interactions are not completely told to us. So they go down this neighborhood, and, you know, there's this house, and they walk in, you know, the sun lets them in after, you know, several refusals.
Attempts. Right.
And so they walk in, and you see this, you know, this old black man, and he's not very happy to see Bucky, to be honest.
You know why?
We'll get to it. He yells at him.
No.
He yells at him. He knows about his arm. He's surprised to see that he grew his arm back. And, you know, he makes this statement. He's like, I thought, you know, you were here to kill me. And then Bucky, you know, he's like, I don't do that anymore. He's like, no. That, and, you know, it's almost like the psychiatrist. They can almost see through Bucky's attempts at hiding behind this fake mask in order to become less of the warrior that he is and more just a normal person.
White wolf?
Yeah, he wants to be the White Wolf, but he keeps being pulled back into being the Winter Soldier. And he gets
Falcon called him a White Panther, remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's right. So he gets so mad, he flings this sardine can. Is it a sardine can? I want to say it was a sardine can. He flings it and he impales the wall.
Gets stuck to the wall, yeah.
And that's when you get this idea that he was a former super soldier. That, you know, going on to what you were going to say, who is Isaiah Bradley?
He fought in the Korean War, and then Winter Soldier was obviously still around doing his Hydra thing, right? So they meet, I believe, at a bar. It's been a while since I watched the episode. They meet at a bar, and they got into it because I think Black Cap got his arm. He took his arm off, right?
Yes.
Is that why he meant about quote unquote? Yeah, see, you grew your arm back.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Because it wasn't vibranium all the time. It was vibranium after he went to Wakanda in the Infinity War, right? Or, sorry, Winter Soldier, and then we found out he got the arm in Infinity War, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he's just taking off. I thought that was interesting. I kind of want a flashback of that. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I would love to see that. If you do want to see that now, though, you'd have to go back through comics.
Right.
There was Isaiah Bradley. He was the Black Captain America. It was during part of the huge diversity movement that Marvel was trying to make and introducing different diverse characters trying to get away from like the whitewashed heroes that they had fallen into the trap with, because that's how everybody did in the 60s and early 70s. But Isaiah, they tell him they took his blood. they did all that analysis. Winter Soldier, he gets arrested for missing his psychiatrist appointment, and that's when they have the comedic moment with the psychiatrist. But to close out episode 2, they're mentioning we don't even know kind of where to begin, where to look. and I think it's Bucky. He's like, oh, we know a person, who may, lead us down those dark paths that, heroes don't tend to go down, in order to find out what is going on with these flag smashers and with this apparent resurgence of the super soldier serum. And you see how they put the ending of this together was so awesome. The classical music, and then just the viewing down, like the containment center, and you see the visage of Baron Zemo, which I really enjoy Daniel Bruhl as an actor, but he plays Baron Zemo I don't think anyone else I can think of could play Baron Zemo like he can. That is episode 2. Episode 3, obviously leads right into it. It's named Power Broker. We start at the beginning. It's all about do they dance with the devil that they know to fight the devil that they don't? You know what I mean? I like how okay. So this is obviously one of those Ocean's 11 kind of set pieces where they're like, okay, this is how we're gonna break this person out.
Oh man, I thought
this is how it's gonna be
awesome.
Planned out, and they kind of see it in sequence as they're planning it out together. And honestly, with Bucky, it's a what if, because Sam doesn't want to do this. He's like, are you crazy? Do you know what he did when he was out? He ripped the Avengers apart.
Mm-hmm.
But Bucky is like, we need to do this, Sam, when Steve asked you to help me, I'm sure that you were not in that position to do that, but because you had faith in Steve, everything was able to work itself out. Basically, Bucky was trying to present the same scenario, but from a different perspective, and saying, I need you to believe in me. That if we do this, again, this is all still hypothetical, that if we do this, I need you to to be on my side on this, to be all in 100%. And it's funny because during all these machinations of them showing the containment center fight, and how Baron Zemo, obtains a uniform,
or a cop suit.
Yeah, a suit, and basically worms his way out, through the facility and out and back into the public. And he literally strolls right on into these two talking the what ifs, and obviously Sam, hits the fan. He's like, "What? Are you kidding me? Are you serious?"
He does all of that, and then all of a sudden he's coming out of the sheets or whatever. And then I guess they're in a garage where these are all Baron Zemo's cars he's stolen over the past decades.
Well, Baron Zemo
or owned. Or I'm sorry, he didn't steal. He's a baron, so he's got money, right? So
Zemo,
he owns all these cars.
There's a lot of confusion because I know a lot of people watch this. They're like, how the heck did he ended up with all this money? He's a baron, of a small country, and with that title comes a lot of money. Seeing him, talk his story in Civil War, you kind of thought that he was this war-riddled country, crazy person who, he lost all his family members and and all the destruction of Sokovia. So he's striking back and now you're kind of coming to the understanding of how he was able to construct all these plans and put them in motion. Because you're a poor person couldn't do that. They couldn't fly across the country.
When he shipped that thing to take the power out in Civil War,
yeah,
that's That's a high piece of technology.
A man has to have resources in order to make a plan that rips the Avengers apart. No lay hobo could just do that. And so, or no middle class, person, in Europe could do that either. This person has to have means. He has to have resources. He has to have the money. And Baron Zemo does have that. Like, it's kind of cool to see him, like, his quote-unquote Alfred. That's what I called him.
Right.
You're like, oh, yeah. Master Baron Zemo, you're back. Da-da-da-da-da, And, they fly a freaking jet. His private jet.
Right. It's good to see Alfred.
I know.
I forgot his name. Anyway.
I totally don't even remember. Second up for this episode, Madripoor. So all I kept thinking was
Cyberpunk.
Okay, 2. That's actually the second thing I was thinking. I was thinking this is
Godzilla versus Kong.
This is the cyberpunk version of Tortuga. Do you know what Tortuga is, right?
No.
Pirates of the Caribbean. It's basically where it's Tatooine. It's where all the wretched hive. It's a wretched hive of scum and villainy. That's where they all hang out.
Oh.
This is where all the bad people go.
I thought when I saw it, I saw the skyline. I thought of Cyberpunk. I thought because the people too.
Yeah.
And then I thought you saw the skyline. It's all lit up, kind of like Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's that reminded me of Godzilla vs Kong. I was like, what the? They about to show the fight again, or what's up?
Oh.
Yeah, Cyberpunk all the way.
Like, oh my god!
People tatted up.
Loki has an axe.
Guns. Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Is that Stormbreaker? No.
Madripoor, they go undercover. Sam dresses like a pimp. Baron Zemo, he can go. What
was his name?
This is his realm. Oh gosh.
Smiling Tiger.
Yeah, Smiling Tiger. There you go. And I don't think he ever smiled once during that entire thing.
And he looked just like the guy on the phone.
Dude.
I do look like him.
When he had to drink that shot
he's like,
yeah, like that was pretty good acting right there. Because honestly, it's like, dude, you have to act the part. Like, drink it already, you're surrounded by a whole bunch of people with guns, obviously, who are ready to kill you at any moment's notice. But
here's to you, comrade.
Yeah, they go in the back to meet Selby. They're as Nemo is putting it, they're making their way up the rungs to find out, who is the mastermind behind all of this. Like, who is mass producing super soldier serum again. So they run into this character named Selby, and you think like, oh, it's her. No, she's just another pawn in this chessboard game. Well, and this, I'm sorry, I can't forgive this. I love this show, but dude, how the heck are you gonna leave a cell phone on when you're trying to infiltrate?
I know. Well, it's part of the show, but I understand.
Seriously,
I like how he's trying to be all cool about it. Like, yeah, dang right, I'm gonna laundering so much money in that bank. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And even
that was hilarious.
Even when that happened, I was like, you say something, you shut it down, and you hang up the phone. That's all it took. Like, he didn't have to continue that conversation. He's like, I got those, whatever's at the bank, da-da-da, we'll take care of them, blah, 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 out. And then leave it at that. Stay in character. He got back into, like, Sam Wilson character. He let her talk too long. And all of a sudden his...
Can't pick up your Cheerios. All right, I'll talk to you later, Sam.
Sam? Yeah. But then she gets, like, the Selby lady gets shot in the head. And I was like, okay, so she's gone. And now there's another, like, so the power broker has now become this faceless person. Like, the power broker is the person who is, masterminding. We come to find out that he or she is the person who is kind of running and instructing.
Can I guess who it is?
Hold on just a second.
Okay.
This professor, I guess scientist named Nagel. And so in doing that, after Selby gets killed, this person becomes a faceless figure again. So, obviously this person has a lot of hands, a lot of fingers, and a lot of pies at the moment. So you're like, okay, this person's pretty nefarious, pretty powerful. Who do you think it is?
Sharon Carter.
Sharon Carter, who shows up. I'm of two minds about that.
Of her being Power Broker or her being a character in the show?
I'm of two minds of her being Power Broker. I love her character. Like, I think she's a treat to watch, to be honest. Like, she's pretty.
She's a badass.
And she's badass.
And she's pretty.
I am very regretful not watching Revenge. Even, like, the wifey was like, you have to watch this with me. You'll really, really like it, I promise.
Of the Sith?
No. Gosh, stop it.
Of Godzilla?
No.
I can keep going.
The nerds?
Actually, that's all I got. Oh, there you go. Nice. Let's keep this going.
No, like, yeah, it was this,
Jaws 3? Revenge?
Mid-aughts.
Wait, hold on.
It was like, I think like 5 years ago or whatever, and it was this like 9 o'clock ABC show that was like high drama.
No,
high
I know
action.
what you're talking about.
I watched like a few seconds of it, and then I think it was like near the end of it. I'm like, why did you tell me it had all this like action and martial arts? And she's like, I've been trying to tell you that, and all you're doing is playing video games and watching your zombie movies. And I'm like, well, that's what I like. So yeah, Sharon Carter, she shows up. She rescues the guys, and she actually leads them to Nagel. I'll say this before we go into that. She is pissed. Her country kind of abandoned her. The Avengers kind of abandoned her, even though she went to steal the shield for the guys, for Steve, and Falcon's wings. Yeah, she did a lot of things, and they kind of just forgot about her after Infinity War. So she's kind of like had to go into hiding in Madripoor, and apparently she's made leaps and bounds in becoming, a power broker of herself. I don't know. We don't know yet. It's an interesting theory, especially after. So there's a shootout. There's a huge bounty out for these.
Well, no, wait. What do the guys need to do first? That way she can get some intel. What do the guys need to do? They're in her place, right? She's saying, Bucky, you still believe in that Stars and Stripes bullshit?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. She sounds pissed. And Falcon basically convinces her, hey, help us so I can clear your name, blah, blah, blah. They come to an agreement. Let me do some intel. You guys blend in. Where do they go?
Oh, the dance club.
Yeah, and who is having the best freaking time?
Oh man,
Baron Zemo. He's like dancing. He's dancing with he's doing the hand. He's doing the roll of the dice, I think, or something.
Well, like
that should be a gift.
I think I've seen so many people on Twitter, like of my favorite people I follow on Twitter, saying it's eerie that I've come to the realization that I dance a lot like Baron Zemo at the club.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like, yeah, I've pulled those moves off several times. I'd love to pull a move off and be a billionaire mogul like Baron Zemo. But
there you go.
Yeah,
the badass purple mask.
No, yeah. So like, obviously, they fit in at the club. They go down to the docks with these in the obvious. It's so weird that they're always at docks and they're always in like a containment, one of those huge freighter containers, and they're somehow able to set up a whole laboratory in those things. I don't know, but they find Nagel as he's giving off his exposition as how he basically to tell the audience how he conjured up perfecting the super soldier serum himself. And so they're in there. They find him. He comes to find out there's 20, like super soldiers, potentially. Well,
he said 20 vials.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
20 vials.
20 vials leads to 20 super soldiers. 20 equals 20.
Well, no, I know, but we're not confirmed because there was 8 of the Flag Smashers, right?
Okay.
And one of
So
them
there's
died,
20 more.
and there's maybe 20 more vials or 20 more of those people.
Yeah,
So.
it's a lot. One of them is crazy enough. 20 is just insane crazy.
An army of its own.
Not an army of one or an army of two.
Army of two video game?
No, so I saw it coming because they obviously choreographed it pretty well. But I was really, really surprised to see Baron Zemo shoot the guy.
Well, remember his thoughts. Remember Baron Zemo's thoughts.
Sure, I understand that.
He hates the super soldier serum. He hates what it represents, what it becomes, and he even explains that. So.
Yeah.
Like I was kind of not surprised he killed him. I was surprised he was able to kill him. That's what I was surprised about.
Okay.
I thought that would stop him.
Yeah.
Like somehow, but he snuck around.
He straight out
being the
cold cock
secretive. Boom.
I mean, he's very sleuthy, and like now you're thinking like, oh, okay, Baron Zemo's shown his true colors. Here comes the bad one, because then all of a sudden, there was a bounty put out for Falcon and Winter Soldier, the people who had killed Selby, basically, and so they somehow found them at the shipping yard. And they get in this huge like gunfight. Sharon Carter's trying to fend them off while Winter Soldier and Falcon are seeing Baron Zemo shoot down Nagel. And again, they get cornered. Our heroes do, and you're like, okay, and Baron Zemo just went somewhere, and you're like, oh, he escaped. He's gone. Well, he's gone to the bad side, just like we thought. He is the main antagonist, but then he shows back up again. And he kind of saves them. He blows up.
He finds a car.
Yeah.
In a container. And it's like, ooh, I like this.
Yeah.
He just shows up. But before all of that happens, they're cornered. Sharon, they're running out of bullets. Just cornered, being shot at, whatever. But you see another Rush Hour / Lethal Weapon moment with Falcon and Winter Soldier arguing. I was gonna go left. No, I was gonna go right, or whatever the case may be. I was trying to sweep them, or whatever the case may be. I forgot what exactly he said. And then Falcon's like, it happens in every movie.
I love when they can break the fourth wall like that. Like it's basically a criticism upon themselves, but it makes it funny. But yeah,
that's MCU for you. I love it.
So Zemo and Falcon, so Sharon leaves. After that entire ordeal's been situated and stuff like that, all the bounty hunters have been killed. Somehow she has a driver and a car come pick them up. Oh, I lost him again. I keep losing you.
I'm back.
What's going on with your
No,
phone,
you froze. You froze.
I don't know, I'm freezing, but that's scary.
No, not on Twitch. You're fine on Twitch.
So, Sharon's driver and car show up, and she jumps in the car, and she's like, "Oh, we got bigger problems." And I'm like,
"Power broker." That's my guess.
And that I was gonna say that actually, supports your theory that she could be the power broker. I still think that she could probably be working for the power. She seems more of like the muscle than the actual person who can weed their hands in all sorts of business like that. Some people, boy, what do you think of the idea that it could be Armin Zola?
Oof, man, I gotta look that up again, man. Armin Zola? Armin Zola is the computer.
Yeah, he's the computer guy. Remember, he lives on the internet technically. He's not
that'd be interesting.
Really gone. We thought, obviously they thought he was in that mainframe that blew up in Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
But who's to say he didn't sneak up out of there and, came across a broken Sharon Carter and was like, this isn't about heroes. This is about, being your own person, standing on your own 2 feet. Work for me, and I'll help you out, And I don't know. There's
just there's a chance of that because of all the money she has now.
Yeah, all he has to do is wire stuff now, and like he's like cyborg basically. But
Right.
but yeah, that's Sharon. They drive off, and we close at the very end of this episode with you got Falcon, you have Zemo, and you have Winter Soldier. And Winter Soldier kind of breaks away from the group
Oh yeah.
as he's kind of seeing these round little beads. I swear when I saw the first bead, I was like, oh, yes! Because I knew it was a
I was just wondering who
bead.
they'd bring. But then we find out.
I really was hoping that it was going to be Denai-Guerra.
Michonne?
Michonne, yeah.
From
yes,
Walking
from
Dead?
Walking Dead. Yes, Denai-Guerra. Because I could see her like coming in like, she's a big star, but she's not like super A-lister or whatever. But no, it was Ayo. Like if you've seen Black Panther, or I think if you've seen, was she
Civil War?
the girl in Civil
She
War?
was in
She was
War.
in Civil War, yeah. So yeah, if you've seen her,
Tells Black Widow to get out of the way to get to the car, and then Black Panther's like, as much as that'd be entertaining, not right now. Go move. Yeah.
Rest
They were
in
supposed
peace.
to fight. Yeah, I know.
But yeah, Ayo, man, Adore Milaje, she's there, and I was like, oh man, they're introducing Wakanda into this, and that is literally the halfway point of this series.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you mentioned that like you weren't as enthused with episode 3. Do you have a difference in that opinion that you were taking? Because I know like episode 3 kind of came after 2 big weeks of us doing Justice League and of us doing Godzilla versus Kong. And so I remember you mentioning like a little bit, just saying like, episode 3 had come out. I kind of watched it, but like I was just so like a little burnt out by watching this one. Do you feel different at all, or?
It's because I don't know. So you're used to these big movies, literally.
Literally.
When it comes to the length of a movie,
Literally.
and the characters and how big they are. So then you're going back to grounded, not basic heroes. They're cool heroes too.
Yes.
So I guess when you're built up by these other things, Justice League, Godzilla, and Kong, then you're going back to Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
It's a little different when you're going into Falcon Winter Soldier, that first episode. I mean, the first 5 minutes, you're in the jam-packed action MCU stuff. But this is a slower-paced show. It's got some action. It's got some story behind it. I thoroughly enjoy it way more than WandaVision. Was the third episode the best one? Not necessarily. It's still building up. The way they left the cliffhanger with the Wakandan, I thought that was great. I look forward to finishing up this. It's 6 episodes. This is the halfway point, like I said, literally the halfway point. So
I feel exactly like you do. I'm enjoying myself through this series a lot. There's a lot of story that, unfortunately, they're cramming a lot of stuff in there. And so you're having to get things like really, really fast. This is not a casual watch like WandaVision was. WandaVision was more about like seeing Easter eggs here and there and like, oh, look, like they did a thing from like Facts of Life. Oh, look, they did something from Full House. And like, oh, look, that's from I Love Lucy, et cetera, et cetera. This one, you're keying in on a lot of world building. That's after the blip, and how these two characters are growing after the fact and how they're interacting with each other. And even on top of that, they're creating new characters to add to the lore of, the Super Soldier storyline, the like Baron
MCU.
Zemo, the MCU as a whole, and like as well as like this little this little pocket universe being Sam's world, and him trying to struggle with the fact that he was given the shield, yet he gave it away, and now they're thinking like, what are we like? We're trying to be heroes on our own right. Then you got this new Captain America trying to come in and squeezing on their joy time, and just it's there's a lot of stuff going on. And so while I like a lot of it, I do feel that there is a lot that's being like crammed into there a little bit. I really wish that it was an 8-episode series. That way that they could like expand on little spread it out. But that's just me. I'm having a great time watching this. And I'm looking very, very much forward to what episodes 4, 5, and 6. I'm kind of glad now that we did have the epic Justice League Snyder Cut and Godzilla versus Kong to allow us to watch multiple episodes and approach it this way, rather than give it like what we originally planned we're going to do was do a quick review after the fact.
Right.
We were so exhausted by talking hours on end on on Justice League and Godzilla that we would not have given this its due.
Yeah.
And so, can you shove that thing off of there?
What?
Nothing. Never mind.
What? Yeah. What was I gonna say?
I'm sorry about that. No.
I'm glad. Let's just agree upon something here.
Yeah.
There is no way this would be a movie. There's no way you could fit all of that into a movie.
No.
You'd have to cut out so much. Yeah. I think they're doing I would kind of like, I'm on the same boat. I wish they could do 8 episodes, but I'm okay with 6.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all good.
And this is the movie review of Falcon Winter Soldier Part 1. We're going to be coming back with Part 2 in 3 weeks from now.
Part 2.
So your theory is that Sharon Carter is going to be the power broker. I think, Armin Zola's might play a part in this somewhere.
Just to bring back another character from a previous movie. Yeah, that makes sense.
How they obtained the shield, I want to say that, I don't know, like something tells me that U.S. agent may turn into a bad guy.
The power broker.
I don't think he's the power broker. Like, that's not going to happen. But I think there's going to be a situation where he's offered power, because it seems like this Captain America is not getting the
I know.
He is trying to get. He was actually asking the guy who was like, "Do you know who I am?" He's like, "Yeah, I know who you are, and I don't care." And I'm like,
"Hey, I know how."
Okay, how?
They offer him super soldier serum.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, obviously, yeah.
That's it. You want real power? I'll give you power. I'll give you 20 of them injected into you. No. Then it turns into Abomination number 2.
I was actually thinking the same thing. I'm like, oh, new Abomination. That's good.
Red Hulk. Or they turn him into Red Hulk.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. So many good things coming to my brain right now. Okay, we can't do that. We can't go there.
And then Baron Zemo, the Thunderbolts. Huh?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Too much good stuff.
Too much good
stuff.
Too far.
But yeah, that's our review. Again, we're going to come back with 4 through 6 3 weeks from now. But right now, next up, we have our birthdays. I'll drink some water first.
I'm almost out.
Oh, no, me too. So this week, I wanted to start on April 4th because I did not want to miss out on the great RDJ, Robert Downey Jr., the beginning of the MCU. Yes, Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man.
U.S. Marshals. I saw that. Yeah, I was glad you put that in there.
Zodiac. He was in the Zodiac.
Due date.
He was Dr. Doolittle.
Oh, that's right. Oh
yeah. Right. I don't think that was one of his.
Does that count?
Better.
No.
Well, But yeah, Robert Downey Jr. Thank you again Thank you again. April 5th is Haley Atwell. Come on, bro.
Man, I don't know. I was about to type it, but you'll see me.
Sharon Carter's aunt, Peggy Carter.
Oh, Peggy Carter. Oh, yeah. She's gonna come back. You know that, right?
Of course, she has to come back. She's a delight. I love her.
No, for real though. She'll be in.
Yeah,
she'll be the
no,
voice in that show.
The What If? Yeah, What If Peggy Carter?
Where she gets the soldier serum,
and becomes Captain America.
Captain Rogers or Steve Rogers becomes like the Iron Man of that particular timeline.
I cannot wait.
I think it's cool.
I cannot wait for that series. I like the live action stuff, but obviously with animated mediums, you can do a lot more with it. And What If is probably one of the most underrated comic series that people, miss out on, just because it is a lot of taking the norms that and just completely flipping everything on its head. I'm looking very much forward to that. April 6th, Paul Rudd celebrates a birthday.
Ant-Man.
It is Ant-Man. I love
Friends.
you. I love you, man.
He was in Friends. Married Phoebe.
He was in Friends. He was also in Clueless.
Oh, that's right. He was the boyfriend, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He was the brother who was the boyfriend. Anyway, Billy D, the great Billy D. Williams. Who is that?
Man, let me.
That's Commissioner Gordon, right?
Billy D. Williams. No, he's actually. He was what is his name? Oh my gosh. He was Two-Face technically. What the hell is his name?
Oh, Harvey Dent.
He was Harvey Dent in the Batman with Michael Keaton.
Yes, that's right.
And of course, he was the great Star Wars character.
Lando Calrissian. Cold as the other side of the pillow. And then we got John Ratzenberger, who has basically
help me out with that one.
In every Pixar movie. He is the mailman from Cheers.
He's the yeah. I was about to say that when you said every Pixar movie.
Pixar movie.
Mac. He was even in Bug's Life. I forgot which character he was.
He was the ringmaster. He was the little the little flea. He played the Abominable Snowman. He's
Monsters Inc. Whatever.
Yep, Monsters Inc. Definitely. God, who was he?
Great. He was great on Cheers. He was hilarious on Cheers.
Yeah, no, he's
the random conversations he started or finished.
Did you know he was also in Empire Strikes Back?
No,
he's one of the rebel troopers.
On Hoth.
On Hoth, yeah. He doesn't. I don't think he has a speaking part, but I'm pretty sure it's Empire. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Empire that he's in, but he's one of the troopers. April 7th. Speaking of great duo, we have Jackie Chan. Rush Hour, Shanghai Noon, Rumble in the Bronx,
Drunken Master.
And have you seen the video where he plays every character from Street Fighter?
Including Chun-Li, yes.
He's including Chun-Li. Oh man, that guy's awesome.
Still does his own stunts, I think.
Oh gosh, yeah, easily. Like, man, even at this age, that's crazy. April 8th, there was nothing. Like, I looked and I was like, not worth talking about. So if you have an April 8th birthday, happy birthday to you. April 9th, we have Kristen Stewart. She's from Twilight. She's also in this movie that I really, really want to see. It's a horror thriller movie. It's called Underwater.
Is she in that?
It's got
I didn't know that.
It's got a Cthulhu creature in it, which I don't know why I'm going down a Cthulhu rabbit hole lately. You know, she was in that. She was in Adventureland.
That one.
Yeah.
That underwater. I was thinking of the other one where that sea monster thing falls in love with that chick. I was like, that Kristen Stewart's not in that one.
That's the Shape of Water.
Yeah, that. Yeah, exactly.
And finally, we have April 10th birthdays. We have David Harbour.
Help me out on that one.
He was in Stranger Things, and he's also in the aforementioned Black Widow movie.
Oh gosh, yeah, you're right.
He is
the dad. Red
Star, yeah. And he was the new Hellboy.
Yes, and I thought he did a pretty decent job.
We have Jamie Chung. She was Blink in the New Mutant series. She was in Sucker Punch. She's a good actress. And then I had to say it because, I had a, high school crush on her, Mandy Moore. Today's her birthday, so.
This is us.
This is us. Yes, it is us. And Tangled. She was the voice of
oh, really?
Of
that chick.
Rapunzel.
With long hair.
Yes.
Or Rapunzel. Yes.
That chick with long hair. Yeah. That is it. And that is all we have for today. Unless, Josh, do you have something for me?
Oh, I've got something for you.
All right. Well,
Cheeto.
Let me play a little bit of something and we'll get into it.
All right.
Well, Josh, take it away.
All right. Welcome back to Who Said It? What movie is it from? I've got a good one for you, Cheeto. Charzar81.
Yes.
Go follow him on Twitch and Twitter, all that good stuff. I've got the MCU style. Let's go. I've got 10 for you tonight.
Okay.
Some are easy, some are hard, some are like, well, I don't remember. We'll see. Let's find out. All right, starting with, fine, I'll do it myself.
Oh, come on. That's Thanos, son.
But what movie? Fine, do it myself.
Oh. Age of Ultron? No.
Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner.
Oh, okay.
It happened at the end, during the mid-credit scene. You see the chambers open, he reaches for it, and then he says the badass line.
The real gauntlet.
Yes,
the other one
exactly. Exactly. All right, this is a pretty easy one. Hopefully you're paying attention. I love you 3000.
Oh, come on. That makes me cry. Don't even go there. That's Endgame, Tony Stark. Actually,
who said it first?
His daughter said it first. But
what's her name?
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
It was named after the uncle.
Yep, you're sure right about that, but that doesn't give me the name there, no, does it?
She wanted cheeseburgers afterwards. I don't know her name.
You know it.
I'm not going to look it up.
Morgan, yeah. Morgan.
That's right.
Well, you got the right line. You know who said it, but you didn't know the name. It's okay. Why is he Phil? Who said it?
Oh, that's Tony, man.
What movie?
In Avengers. His name is Agent.
What scene? Yeah, his name is Agent. All right, here we go. Simple one. You've heard it many times, but can you name all the movies he said it? Or she said it?
Oh, God.
I can do this all day.
Jeez. Well, that would be Steve Rogers. He said it in First Avenger. Did he say it in Winter Soldier? I don't think he did.
No, he did not.
Civil War, he definitely said it.
Mm-hmm.
He said it as well in Endgame when they went back in time.
He said it to himself.
Yep.
You are right. Ding, 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 ding. All right, number 5. Evacuate the city. Engage all defenses. And get this man a shield.
Oh, come on. That's Black Panther in Infinity War.
Yeah, that was pretty easy. I just wanted to say it.
It kind of helped, though, that you did it with an accent. I like that, because at first I was like...
I try to do everything with like an accent. I want to do it with an accent / I try to mimic the voice as best I can.
No, that works.
You people are so petty and tiny.
Oh, that's Thor in the first Avengers movie.
During the argument in which about to go down.
Yep.
On that shield ship in the air.
When the staff was affecting the entire group.
All right, let's see here. I've got 4 more. I want to spin it off here. I'm gonna pick a rando. I don't want to go in too much in order. Let's see here.
Okay.
All right.
Are you frozen? I think you're frozen, bro. Oh no! Oh no! I lost you.
Sorry.
There you are.
Sorry.
I was like, you're frozen, bro. Where'd you go?
Okay. All right. I don't know if you heard me what I said.
Nope, nothing.
I get emails from a raccoon. Who said it?
I get emails from a raccoon. Man, that's a good one.
It is.
Obviously Guardians. It sounds like Star-Lord would say that.
We unfortunately you have lost the game.
No.
It happened in Endgame. Black Widow said it.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot
because she's talking
that.
about there's nothing really crazy anymore. I get emails from a raccoon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, you missed one finally. It took us how many podcasts? It's okay.
4.
I had some hard ones in there. Let's go back to a fun one. Fantastic movie or series. No, I'm just kidding. It is
Fantastic Four.
We know each other. He's a friend from work.
Oh, that's Thor from Thor Ragnarok and the right before the battle with Hulk.
Yes. Ring a ding ding. You got it. All right, let's see here. Let me check off this. All right, here we go. I'm always picking up after you boys. Who said it?
Oh.
I'm always picking up after you boys.
That is Black Widow, Age of Ultron.
You got it right. I'm curious if you know when it happened.
It was in a chase scene where they were going through the streets and Captain America had dropped his shield off the top of a moving van, and she picked it up while she was driving the motorcycle.
And that's when she said the famous line, "I'm always picking up after you boys." Yep. Perfect. Awesome.
Boom.
You get another highway scene.
Another highway scene. Good Lord. The DPS would have a field day with this.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I'm chasing a minivan with a big ass robot and some guy with the American suit on.
APB
All right, here we go.
on a
Number
rocket.
10. Yeah. Watch out for that rocket. Now, number 10. Now this, I don't know if you're gonna get this. This is pretty. This is gonna be a good one. I think. Hopefully, I got you stumped. That's my goal, is to get you stumped. Better call it, Coulson. I'm starting to root for this guy.
Say that again?
Better call it, Coulson. I'm starting to root for this guy.
Oh, man. Coulson, I'm starting Oh, I know. That's Hawkeye from Thor.
Yeah, I went deep on that one because, he's got some lines, of
and
course,
that is
but
when he is attempting to pull the hammer out. He made his way through the entire enclosure area, whatever, where they were trying to figure out how to extract the hammer in the first place. They were doing it's almost like a scientific dig, and he's up in his hide about to shoot him, and yep.
Right.
That's awesome.
Go big. I fought bigger. Boy, no, but that's not a line.
That is when you saw his workout routine in its finest. Good Lord.
Right. That was a good one though, right? It got you at first.
No, I was like,
you remembered.
I was like, oh man. Okay, it's got to be someone talking to Coulson. I was thinking of all his movies. Yeah, that was a good one.
Phase 1.
That was intense, man.
That was it. Then that was Who Said It? And what movie is it from? Good job, Cheetah. You got 9 out of 10.
I like it, man. That's
90 percentile.
That's good. I'm gonna keep a tally of that throughout the year as we go along. I like to maintain a Brady-esque record at that. Yeah, man. That is our show. Episode 4. That is our review of Falcon Winter Soldier. Part 1. Again, we did episodes 1 through 3. Next week, we're veering back toward the DC universe. I have not seen this movie yet. I've been told by many that they've walked out of this thing, but I'm going to give it a chance. I don't like to spurn things that I've not tried before. So I'm going to try it. That's going to be the critically acclaimed, critically panned Suicide Squad. I know that, oh gosh, what is that director's name who's doing the new Suicide Squad?
James Gunn.
Thank you. James Gunn is doing the new Suicide Squad. That comes out
the
August.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, the. So this is just Suicide Squad. When I remember when trailers came out for this thing, I was actually really, really hopeful for it. Even with the crazy looking Joker, Heath Ledger put Joker at such a high pedestal that I don't think anyone coming up, after him could equal his performance. Obviously,
I'm excited for you to watch this movie. I'm really excited.
I'm gonna try it out.
Because we'll be able to say lines from this movie now, and it's gonna be great.
Margot Robbie is definitely something that will keep my eyes peeled and my eyes focused on the screen.
Harley Quinn.
Is Commissioner Gordon in this? Is he played by?
No.
Oh no, he's not. Okay. So yeah, that's what we're going to have next week. Going to dive into that.
Affleck is though.
Batfleck is in there. That's what Okay, cool. But yeah, no, that is our show for tonight. Josh, you have anything else that you got for our audience?
Be sure to like the video and subscribe if you're watching it on YouTube, and be sure to follow Charzar81. Follow me on Twitch as well, Twitter, Joshizzle2323. And we'll see you next week. Back to you, Cheeto.
Well, man, you just pretty much gave out the outro, man. I don't have to say nothing. For Joshizzle2323, I am the other host, Charzar81. Go pop some popcorn and watch a movie.